Hi everyone, Nathan here from Mighty Lancer Games. Good evening and welcome to this evening's stream where I'm going to wave this model around lots and lots and lots. So I've just finished putting some wash on this guy just before the stream started, so we're going to have to wait for him to dry slightly. So exciting, isn't it? Watching paint dry. Hi J-Star, hi John the Templar, hi anyone else that might be lurking there in the chat. So what I've done is since last week I've repainted these claws because I wasn't happy with the finish that I got from the Mars Red. Hi Luminary Abyss, Sharon, how you doing? I wasn't happy with the orange from the Army Painter colour, so I've painted back over those with some Reaper Burning Orange, and then I've given them a wash over the top, which is just drying now. You can see it's still a little bit wet, of Citadel Baal Red, which is an old Citadel wash. And then I touched up the red and scraped off a couple of mould lines because they were bugging me that I'd noticed, and touched up the red with the Dragon Red, and then I've given that an all over wash with some Nuln Oil just to pick out a little bit. And then the fair areas that I did with that grey last week, the field grey, I have washed over the top with Agrax Earthshade. Ah! Blind now. Blind now. So, yeah. So we're just going to wait for that to dry. And while that's drying, I'm going to move on to putting a little bit of paint on something else. Stick it in there. Where's your radiator on?
Why?
Just because he'd dry a bit quicker over there. That was all I was thinking. What's what? Reaper Cake. Subscribe with Prime. They've subscribed for 3 months. Thanks, Reaper Cake.
Why did it not do a thing?
I don't know.
That's poop.
Hi, Tony.
Thank you, Reaper Cake. I don't know why it didn't make a funny noise.
Well, it's supposed to make a funny noise.
Where's my noise?
So, should we do a bit on this guy?
Oh, well, you know, it sounds like you want to.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I've got so many little projects here in front of me that I don't know what to make a start. I know what I should do. I should do a little bit of undercoating on this thing, shouldn't I? For my nature themed.
Oh, yes, you need to do that. Yes.
Group item.
For the Reaper.
So we'll just.
Challenge.
I'm just gonna put him.
Somewhere.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to put him over here to dry for a minute.
Oh, his arms all over the place.
Sorry, everybody. And then I'm going to put a bit of primer on this guy. Exciting stuff, primering models, eh? Now then, somewhere on this little selection of paints, there we go, black prime. So how is everybody? Redeeming my funny noise, says Tony, for this stretch. How is everybody this fine day? It's been another busy day over at MLG HQ. We've had a new sign erected on the side of the building, so people can see where we are. That's it. Was that little video I did any good? Was it? Because I can do it again.
It's fine. The wobbly look is our thing.
Oh, my black primer's run out.
Oh, look at me.
Yeah.
John says, "How's the van?" Do you want to tell everybody why John would be asking how the van is? Hi, Moxie.
Hi, Moxie. I don't know what you're talking about.
Don't give us that.
How's the van? I don't know.
Come on, tell everybody what you did.
What, you mean tell everyone that I reversed the van into the side of the house?
It was a silly sausage.
Me! Yes, over the weekend, not the right thing. Over the weekend, I reversed our Mighty Lancer Games Works van into the corner of the house. Don't know. Time was it? About 7 o'clock on Saturday morning.
Something like that.
Yeah, I got up early and gone down to the shop to. Makes me that black. Gone down to the shop early to get loaded up, ready for going and setting up at the Comic Con, because it's market day on a Saturday and I didn't want to obstruct any of the market stalls while I was loading the van up. So I went down super early, got the van loaded up because I'd already got the stuff ready on Friday. And when I came back home, the van had just been, it's not really an excuse, the van had just been for its MOT and the mirrors had been altered slightly because they'd been testing it and stuff. And I wasn't really looking at the corner of the house, like the roof area. I was looking at the chimney because we've got a bit of a narrow spot. And as I was reversing, there was a huge crunch. And I thought, that'll have been loud in the house. Better woken everybody up. And apparently it sounded like an earthquake or something inside, didn't it, darling? So, yeah. So, of course, a little bit of damage to the fascia of the house and made a little bit of a dent in the roof of the van.
A hole.
Yeah, it was only a slight hole. Just folded a bit of metal. Nothing that I couldn't beat back into shape with a bit of wood.
Like a caveman.
Yeah, no, yeah, it was precision, like, bodywork technique.
Was that what you calling it now?
Yeah,
Beating it with a bit of wood?
Yeah, well, that's all they do when you go to a body shop. They just use, like...
They probably don't use a bit of wood.
Well, alright. They use this shaped dolly metal thing, but...
You didn't have that.
I didn't have one of them, so I used a bit of wood off the wood pile. Anyway, got it back straight and then used some fancy cellulose stuff to smooch it over so it wouldn't leak in. And yeah, job's a good one. And then we've got a mister come in to fix the side of the house, haven't we?
Yes, my darling.
Dealt with that during the day on Saturday rather than leaving it with a whole chunk of stuff hanging off. Oh, what? Just dropped me a little bug.
J-Star says, how was Jet? She walked past the stall at Comic Con.
And I didn't realise.
Yeah, you didn't even see her at all. Jet just walked past.
I saw her when she was on the stage, but she was all the way over there, and then I didn't actually realise when she walked past.
Well, no, I mean, to be fair, she wasn't dressed in a leotard with Jet written all over it or anything. She was just a normal person walking around. The only reason that I knew she'd walked past the stall that was because she was hugging, is it John Camplin? Have I said that correct? In front of the stall. And I thought, oh, he seems a really nice guy, even though I never met him. Look, he's hugging his fans. And then when she turned around, I realised that they were saying goodbye because she was leaving, and it was Jet, who I can't remember her real name. Is it Diane? Or something like that. I'm terrible with names.
Yeah, Diane, yeah. Diane.
So there you go.
I see. What's Tony saying here? DIY Nathan style.
That's right. That's you.
Yeah. No, we've done bits of stuff like that before. Not sabotaging the house, but car body work and all those kind of things. I've had a little bit of experience. All this kind of stuff when I used to be a boy racer type once upon a time.
Your younger days.
Yeah, when I wasn't quite so haggard. So, this guy, Giant Rhino Beetle, is one of the Bones Black minis, and this is the figure that I have picked for... it's not been in the sub box, this guy. But this is the mini that I've picked for the group challenge, the nature group challenge, and I need to get him finished before the end of the month. So I've been promising that I was going to do him for the last 2 months. I haven't got any round to do it yet. So
what's your plan?
Need to make a start. So I'm just going to whack a bit of this this sort of really dark brown on him. as
Posture
a
check.
as a
Hydrate.
as an undercoat. Yeah, we haven't seen Pete for ages. Well, thank you, Tony. Tony the hydrator.
Are you going to use the Insta stuff, or are you going to use?
Well, I was thinking about using the Insta stuff as an additive, because you use, like, they've got colour shift mediums, haven't they? So yeah, might give that a whirl. Really, I need to have a go with these Insta paints on a actual figure.
Is that not an actual thing?
Well, no, but I think on like a human-y type thing or something. You need to have a bit of a play around with them and see how they work. They've got this mixing system, haven't they? Where you're supposed to start with like half a dozen colours and be able to mix.
Yeah, but you can
thousands
just use the
of,
colours themselves. You could just use the yellow as yellow.
Yeah.
You don't have to mix them.
So,
I know that the idea is that you only need so many colours because then you've got the opportunity to mix them and make thousands of other colours.
Right, so undercoat on, and then gonna get this guy adorned with a bit of fantastical glimmering colour shifting paint. I think at some point.
So what colour have you got there?
So this is German Camo black brown that I'm using as his base coat. Seeing as I was out of black primer, wanted to use some Reaper black primer and it's run out.
Yeah, because Sharon's on the hunt for browns, so she was just wondering what brown it was. Do you want to hold it further up and I'll try and focus a bit better?
Yeah.
Now you've taken it away now. Like, where are we? Anytime you want to put it in the
Okay. Is that alright?
So turn it around so we can see it. So we can see it showing there.
Oh, shell.
Yeah, well that's the biggest part. Let's do that, eh? I do love you.
Yeah. So there we go. Stop holding my breath. It's German Camo black brown, one of the Vallejo Panzer series paints that we're using there.
Okay, thank you.
Awesome. Right. So. Tony says, OMG, don't get me started on Instar paints. I'd have to arrange those as pitch invaders.
Have you actually seen the Discord conversation to know what that is referring to?
Not at all.
No, I didn't think you had. You'll have to have a look. Hi, Gumba. You'll have to have a look at the Discord and see what Tony's message is referring to. So go on then, tell us all what you are doing, my dear.
Well, I've done that guy. He's going to take a little bit of time to dry. How's this guy doing? Oh, he's still got some wet bits. That's
very
good.
daring.
Let's see if we can just absorb a little bit of that off there. Okay, so he's looking ferocious, but still a little bit damp. So let's stick him back in a radiator. What else should I paint then?
Oh,
that guy's going to take a bit
You've
of
got an
time to dry.
axolotl?
Oh, I'm going to save him for tomorrow though.
Why?
Because
I've done mine.
I don't want to do him today. If I'm honest. Don't want to do him. I might do a zombie.
Well, don't just sit there doing that.
No, I know. I'm just going to decide. Deciding, my darling.
Welcome to the pro stream.
Yeah, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to use this brown that I've got here on the table to undercoat this Minotaur that I've had.
Oh, that's exciting.
Well, I know. I'm sorry, but this is.
You will have to just entertain us with your wit instead. What on earth?
I don't know. I don't know what.
What is that? Is that your wit trying to escape?
Yeah.
Run away?
I don't really know what was happening there. I do apologise, everybody. That was crazy.
That was funny.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Sometimes I even amaze myself.
So okay, well.
Cool. So yeah, busy day at MLG today with.
Yeah, but you tell us about the subbox, which is what you're supposed to be saying.
Yeah. So.
Is there some super cool stuff in it this month?
There is some super amazing stuff in it this month.
Everybody should have got it, shouldn't they?
Everybody should have had it by now, I believe.
Let's talk about it.
Okay. Well, what did it have in it? Had some awesome cultists. I love those cultists. They're gonna once we're finished with the wolf demon, I'm gonna paint some cultists. That'll probably be next week, to be fair. Cultists, love those. We've got the wolf demon, which obviously we're enjoying at the moment. What else was in it? I can't remember. There's too much stuff happened between now and like when I did it. You're gonna have to have a look at that picture that I sent you of the contents.
You actually sent me a picture this time.
I'm sure I did.
I'm not entirely sure that you did.
I definitely took one. Hold up. Let me check.
Oh, what are you doing?
I'm gonna just have a quick look at the picture.
Oh, is it August?
Yeah.
Right, yes. You've sent me a
You've got it. Cool. What's in it, darling?
I'm looking at this tiny picture that I've got here on my phone. Stone Golem 77171.
Oh yeah, classic stone golem. Yeah, nice mini.
Okay.
A lot of people use that for a lot of things in D&D. Cool.
Familiars?
Oh, Familiars Pack 2, isn't it? 196.
Yes. Yeah, I can't see the code, but it's
yeah,
packed
it's got the little sprites and stuff in it. Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, words that I can't say. Tyra Bronzelek Barbarian. Is that?
Yeah. Tyria Bronzelocks. The female barbarian. She's sculpted by the very talented Kev White.
And Reaper Cake says bookshelf, and that is obviously correct.
Yep, bookshelf was in there.
Cultist, like you said. Marsh Troll.
Oh yeah, the Marsh Troll. Yeah.
And then your Wolf Demon.
See, loads of awesome minis.
Yeah.
See, I'm looking forward to painting Tyria Bronzelocks as well. I've wanted to paint that figure for ages because she just looks like. I realise that some people might not like it because she's boobs out.
They've all got their boobs out.
Oh no, she's more boobs out than anybody else. But I just think it's a cool figure, and historically, as you may be aware, a lot of warmer countries used to fight, and even Scots people, the Picts and what have you, used to fight completely naked because it was easier. So she's obviously decided that it's much easier to swing her axe sans clothing.
Is she perped then? Because otherwise I don't think it would be easier. I'd get some black eyes.
Yeah, well, she's busty. So yeah, that figure, I think she's cool. And Kev White is a very, very good sculptor. He sculpts a lot of the minis for hassle free. Who we like.
Is this an actual historical fact then? Or
What,
just men have made it up so
No, mostly it was blokes that fought naked.
Yeah, well that would make more sense because you've only got a little dangly thing to waddle about.
Some men have got little dangly things.
Oh. Reaper Cake says less risk of infection from wounds, no fibres from cloths.
Yeah, there we go. So, yeah. So, cultists next week. I'm looking forward to painting some cultists. Going to try and build up a little collection of evil cultists for our RPG sessions.
Oh, wait?
Yeah.
I don't like the sound of that.
Why?
Why would we?
Well, you can't just fight goblins all the time, can you? Where's the fun in that? Reaper Cake says, I hear that's why samurai used to wear silk underwear. It slides out of the wound easily.
Nice.
Apparently. Fair enough. Right, so we've got loads of stuff done. Ah, look at that. Yeah. Perfect.
Moxie says was really chuffed when the wolf demon was in the sub box, as that is the same one my boy brought in his birthday money. Something we can paint together.
Awesome.
We must have known.
Yeah.
We didn't know. But
No, because we planned it about 3 or 4 months in advance. Is it? Yeah.
Is it? Did it just before the stream?
Well,
You should have said
I thought it was going to take me longer to do. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to paint this figure.
What's that? What's that? What's that?
I'm going to paint this guy. This is Frank Buck.
Oh, you should paint Ash.
I should paint it. Yeah, but he's not a Reaper figure.
So you're not doing Subbox Monday, are you? Yeah, you're doing other random stuff on your desk Monday.
Yeah, okay.
Tony says, love Kev White. Used to chat to him a fair bit pre his hassle-free days. I did like his style. It feels like an art studio in anatomy. Yeah, that word. Anatomy.
Yeah.
It's not sure if that's true, but makes kind of sense. Look at the silk thing. It does. You're right. It makes kind of sense. That was very loud, sweetheart. You shook it on your microphone.
I'm sorry. I am sorry.
And Sharon's got a good question for you. Thank you, Sharon, for helping him out. How do you decide what goes in the box? Now, don't do your normal answer of just stuff I like. Come on, be a bit more thorough.
Okay, so I have a spreadsheet that has all the Bones minis on from Reaper. So, and I update it fairly regular when they add new stuff into the range. We add new SKUs onto the spreadsheet, and it calculates all the stuff. So we have our price and how much we pay for it, obviously, and all the other important information. And then I look down it. Yay, spreadsheets. And then I look down the list, and it's got marked on whether we've used a figure in the month before or in a month before. So it's got a list of all the figures and if we've ever used them and if we've not used them and all that kind of stuff. And then I basically look down the list for figures that I like, which I like most of them, to be fair. And I think, well, I like that figure. We'll put that in that month. And then I total them all up. So we have go down, obviously, and say, right, that one's going to be in August, that one's going to be in September, what have you, and do 2 or 3 months at a time. And then I get to the end, and then I filter it by month and realise that I've selected twice as many figures for every month as I thought I had. And then I have to kind of narrow it down, so we make sure that you get like £25 at Mighty Lancer Games prices worth of figures. And then what? Okay. And then I adjust it all down and filter it and make it fit, if you like. And then I order them all up, and that's it. That's as exciting as it gets. I have a big list, and I look at it and I go, "Oh, that dragon's awesome. I think we should put that in a sub box." Or that wolf demon's like amazing. I wanted to paint that for ages. I think we're going to put that in. And yeah, that's pretty much how it works, really. I just pick all the stuff that I'd like to paint and add it to the list. So, because of the big list and the way that I do it, we shouldn't ever get a duplicate figure. I don't think we have, but have had a couple of errors in the past with my spreadsheet. Had some filtering issues, unfortunately, but I think I've managed to avoid ever getting a duplicate. Hydrate, thank you.
Got a new hat.
Oh yeah. What's this?
Can we see it? You have to duck right down. Lower your chair down.
What is this?
Focus.
What is it? can't even tell. That looks like I've got a purple unicorn horn and some weird...
It's a purple witch's hat with a big organza bow. It was donated by your daughter for your hat box.
Awesome. So, this guy, I'm just slapping a bit of stuff on, so that was some contrast Golem and blue I was blathering on. This is, I think he's actually called Barclay or something like that from Hassle-Free Miniatures, but he's basically Ash from The Evil Dead. So he's got his excuse me. He's got his chainsaw on his hand there and his shotgun. He's ready for some zombie slaying action. So he's going to be one of the heroes that you could use in our Halloween zombie survival session. So, what colour trousers does he have on? Is it like purple? No, purple. What am I talking about? Blue. Blue! I knew that. So we're going to go for some... what? Just enough. Hi, Wicked D! It's not a shotgun, it's his boomstick! Yeah, I missed it. Missed that one opportunity, didn't I, Tony? Where's the ultramarines blue? There we go, ultramarines blue. Shake that over there this time. See if it's not quite as loud. Oh, is he ready for action?
No, not really. But maybe
Let's stick him on a painting handle. That's gonna be better, isn't it? So we like the Army of Darkness movie.
Your bow keeps poking.
We like the Army of Darkness movie and the series that was on. Was it on Netflix? I think. Yeah, was cool. We liked it. We liked it. I think I'm doing this wrong, aren't I? I'm sure his trousers are brown and his shirt's blue.
I don't know. Reaper Cake says, are you always going to stick with Reaper Minis in the sub box, or will you branch out to other suppliers? Now, we have in the past tried different boxes. We did a DICE subscription box and we did a sci-fi subscription box, and nobody really wanted them. They didn't take off as well, and yeah, they just weren't as successful as the Reaper one. I think the good thing about Reaper is that there's so many miniatures that they're bringing out all of the time that spread such a variety of characters and monsters and player characters and NPCs and everything. There's just so many things to choose from. Yeah, you are doing it wrong. There's so many things to choose from that, and there's such good sculpts as well, especially the newer ones, that it's basically, we think, the best way to do it, isn't it, my darling?
Yeah.
But we have tried other things in the past, but this one's been going for 4 or 5 years now, so it's doing all right.
Yeah. Yeah. It's with all the new minis that Reaper keep bringing out, we should never kind of run out of figures, and we really like Reaper, so yeah. Yeah, there we go. Blue trousers and blue shirt and brown trousers.
Is the brown trousers like a subtle humour thing? You know, you fight in the dead, you might get brown trousers. Is that like a
maybe
subtle?
Like Deadpool. Cool. So this is a mini that I've had for quite a while, and it's given me the opportunity to get him a bit of use in a game, because I didn't know when I was actually going to do anything with it, to be fair. But perfect opportunity, Halloween survival game. So this is, ooh, we have tried sculpting our own minis. Reefer cake. Yeah, we have tried sculpting our own minis.
Only once.
Yeah, I took Mrs. MLG for a lavish weekend in Nottingham a couple of years ago, where we went on a sculpting course with a talented young chap who tried to teach us how to do it.
We weren't very good.
Bless him. Yeah, sculpting is a real skill, and I believe that anybody can do it if they practice enough. Unfortunately, I haven't practiced.
We didn't even finish the things that we started there.
Yeah.
It was fun though.
To
give it a go.
It was, yeah. I think, it's definitely something that you've got to really put a lot of time and effort into.
Definitely worth giving it a go. Definitely worth going on the a day. Was it a day or 2 days?
2 days.
Two days. 2 days. It was it was fun. It was good. Definitely worth a go. But we are not very good at it.
Yeah.
Bye, Jerome.
Definitely need more practice. Right, I'm gonna have to wait for that blue to dry and then redo his trousers and then go back over his trousers. But yeah.
Your wolf should be alright now.
Should it? Cool. Okay, right. Let's give the wolf a whirl. Ah, yeah, it's looking alright, no? Right then. So, I'm just gonna paint the base and then it'll be finished.
Oh, is that you trying to be funny again? Is that what that was?
How very day.
Told you about this before.
Right then. So we're going to use some burning orange. This is one of the HD.
You like painting
paints.
orange, don't you?
Yeah, I'm going to highlight his claws.
Foxy says, I'm having a go at sculpting a cloak for my warlord with green stuff. Excellent. Tony says, in my... What's the A stand for in that? In my something opinion, isn't it?
No, that's
Or is it laugh
my bottom off.
Ah, sorry. I'm no good with shortening things. I have neither the eyesight or the manual stability to be able to sculpt. Age ain't on my side. We were just rubbish at it. I mean, we were having fun, but we certainly were in no way any good at it at all. But we enjoyed it. We were having fun. And Mr. MLG over there wasn't very good at taking instructions, let's just say. Oh, let's start off with this small sculpt. No, I want to sculpt a giant. Okay.
Well, it's because I knew that I wouldn't be able to do the small thing that they wanted us to.
Oh, were you going like big because you'll be able to see it?
Yeah. That's right.
Oh dear.
It's gone now. Left me. It's because she don't like my jokes. Excuse me, everybody. Excuse me. So this is a bit of blazing orange, and so I'm just adding a couple of little, well, not little, couple of highlights on these claws. Want them to look quite vibrant, so we're just going to give them a couple of layers. One of this, and then another one of Fireball Orange, which is a lot brighter even than this. Now, these are the old HD Reaper paints, Not sure if they've brought new versions out of these yet, because I know that they rolled a lot of the HD paints up into the Bones paint range. We'll have to check that out. But these are Fireball Orange and Burning Orange. I think they are, or Blazing Orange. These are the two best oranges I think I've ever used. So hopefully they've left them on in the new range. So when I run out, I've got 2 bottles of each in the cupboard. So stocked up when I knew that they were discontinuing the range. Alright, darling. Told everybody you'd left me.
Yep, I've left you because I'm a big meanie. A big meanie and I'd left you. Could you try 3D digital? Oh, we're no good with technology. I can't even read the chat out correctly. We have a 3D printer. You have both, don't you? A what's it and a what's it?
Yeah, filament printer and a resin printer. And to be fair, the reason I have had a go at sculpting a wall. I tried making a wall and even printed it out with a little bit of success. But again, it's just time. It's just time to do it. Really, I was better with the digital stuff than I was with the manual stuff. Because at least with the digital stuff you can go back, can't you? If you've made a mistake, you can definitely do some amazing looking stuff with the 3D sculpting. And it is just time. I've got too many other things that I want to do and not enough time to do it. And I think other people are better at it than I am. My strengths lie elsewhere.
Tony says, I wish I could justify a 3D printer, but it's a hobby in its own right. It sure is. We've got 5 and they haven't been switched on or even looked at for at least 6 months.
Yeah, probably about that. It's a very time consuming thing. To be fair, the resin printer is significantly less work than the filament printers. It's so easy to just do stuff on the resin printer. The only problem is like the cleaning and what have you is the stuff that takes the time, and then you've got to like cure the figures and all the rest of it. So while Reaper have been and other companies are producing such amazing figures, haven't had to print anything for a little while, haven't we? Although I have got some jobs to do, haven't I? I've got some print jobs to do for you before long.
Well, you know, I'll keep asking.
I know.
We had a laser cutter as well. You wanted a laser cutter because you wanted to go at that. We've had all sorts of hobbies. You wanted to go at that, and that never really worked, did it? We got it, and it never really worked, and it doesn't work. We tried to get it fixed, but nobody seemed to know how to fix it, and then it just languished in the garage now.
Yeah, maybe one day. The problem is with a lot of these pieces of equipment that if you don't really know enough about the electronics side of the thing, that if it does go wrong, it's often cheaper to buy a replacement machine than it is try and repair it. So the laser cutter had some real success with it early on. It was dead easy to design stuff and what have you. Made some really good templates and started designing a couple of buildings. But with a view to selling them in the shop and what have you. But the thing died, and the laser tube was cracked. So I've got a replacement tube, but then it seems that there's some kind of problem with the printed circuit board. But a replacement printed circuit board is nearly as much money as cost for the machine in the first place, so we haven't got round to that yet.
Posture check.
Yeah, it's a sad fact, really, that a lot of these kind of side things, people go like, oh, you can get one of those, but it, as Tony said, it does become a hobby in itself. It's doing all the different things. So filament printers, 3D printers, you can spend nearly all your time printing upgrades for your machine before you've even started printing any like minis or terrain or anything else out on these fantastic machines. But they are getting better and better, like, quality. You know, the machines, a lot of them have self-leveling devices and other bits and pieces on them. So you can do some amazing stuff. But don't naively think, like I did, that you could just get one and then just like knock a bit of terrain out in an evening, and then you could get a crack on with painting it. Because if you've got other commitments, it ain't gonna happen for you. Is I guess where the moral of my story.
Your filament ones aren't even in the house anymore.
No, I took them to the shop.
Right, get them out of my house now then, thank you. And they're so noisy as well.
Yeah. They do look cool. I painted those orange and I didn't really want to paint those orange. I have to go back. Well, because I'm a numpty.
Moxie says, I understand what you mean about wanting to do a lot of different things. Since starting this hobby, I've got loads of ideas and projects I want to do, but trying to get organised is the hardest point. You need a spreadsheet like Sharon. Sharon says, yeah, that's my fear. So many nice STLs out there would be hard to stop and my pile would never go down. Also, you'd probably put your lovely, friendly local gaming show out of business.
There are loads of fantastic sculptors out there producing some amazing stuff as digital files for people with 3D printers. But shops like ours still need people to come and buy real stuff. But while there's companies out there that are producing, see, the problem is that a lot of these like 3D print file people that are generating all these STLs and what have you, so they're creating new minis all the time, which is absolutely wonderful. But then you've still got to pay however much money for the files, and then you've got to print it, and then you've got to do the thing. So companies like Reaper that are still producing like pocket money miniatures, really, with the bones stuff and what have you. It's I think they're always going to have a customer base until we get to the stage in the future where everybody's got like a Star Trek replicator in their house and you just go press the button. I'd like a blah-de-blah troll fighter with a helmet and a door for a shield, and that's it, you get it and away you go, and it's instant. Then that's a different kettle of fish. Waffling now. Yeah. So, painting using Dragon Red. So we're back on... Is it?
I'm just going to warn everybody, I'm going to turn the exposure up and see if it makes it better for you to be able to see. This was going to make the stream very bright, So, are we all ready to get a very bright screen?
Everybody might see how horrible my painting is now. So using Dragon Red over the top of Dragon Red with normal oil over the top of that. So it's currently is very dark, and then once I've done a couple of little tickles of this, then we will move on. We'll mix a little bit of holly berry in with it to give it a highlight, proper highlight, at least.
Is that better or worse for everybody?
Our demon skin. Well, that's bright. What are you painting this evening, my darling?
Not a lot, because I keep fiddling with your camera. The problem is, because of the time of year, we're in the orangery, so it's all glass. When we first start, it's like, oh, this is nice and bright and whatever, and as the stream goes on, it's pitch black outside now. So it changes. I mean, despite the fact that, as you can see from Nathan's lovely shiny head, he has got a light right above to light the miniature up. It's doesn't always work very well with the cameras. The camera just struggles as well when his palette is so dirty. The camera struggles to pick out the miniature with all the... I don't want to call it mess, but I'm going to.
Well, I did think about going and giving it a good scrub before we started. And then I thought, well, if it's just clean and white, then that might be even worse.
Yeah. Wicked D says, it won't be long till it's dark when you start. That is very true. Yes, it's very true. Yes, it's nearly autumn, isn't it? Awesome time of the year. We need to start prepping for our Halloween fun day.
Yeah,
Keep nagging at you
tomorrow, tomorrow while I'm packing that stuff away, then I will check out those other things that we discussed.
I nag you all the time, don't I? It's no wonder you're at work so much. But then again, I just ring you up and nag you instead. It's because I miss the sound of your voice, that's what it is.
I see. It's because you love me.
I've been adding Gamer's Grass Tufts today. I mean, we already stock Gamer's Grass Tufts, but we have now got some more in.
We should now have the whole range,
well,
apart from the pre-done bases. So they're the only things that I'm not overly keen on, because having looked at them, I can't see how you're supposed to actually attach your figures to them, because they've got so much going on. You there?
I don't understand what you mean by "are you there?" What did you want me to say to that?
I don't know, you've just gone all quiet.
I was letting you talk for once, so you're not used to it.
No.
Yeah, so Gamer's Grass, I've added some alien Gamer's Grass. That's pretty cool, out there and bright colours, and some flower tufts. Added some flower tufts, and then I have packs to add next. I think you get like so many in a pack, but you know, I'll get on with it.
And you know what's happening tomorrow?
No.
Green Stuff World is landing.
Oh, dun dun dun! More new stuff.
More
I can't fit it in the shop.
More new stuff from Green Stuff World coming tomorrow.
No.
Whoop, whoop. More new chameleon sprays, along with a hefty restock of various Green Stuff World lines that we're out of. Rollers and other bits and pieces. The new rollers with handles attached. Got those coming.
Is it actually coming, or is it going to get stuck again?
No, it says it's coming. Both UPS and because they've used two different couriers. Because we've got aerosols and non-aerosol stuff. So DPD are bringing the aerosols, and UPS are bringing everything else, and it all says it's coming tomorrow.
Wowzers.
So, and DPD we've already paid the customs duty on, and UPS I just need to sort them out when they get there. So
that always made me laugh. That always made me laugh with the customs duty. When we had the old shop, and you used to get things delivered here instead.
Yeah.
And he used to turn up and he used to go, Are you sure? Are you sure this is right? Because I need a cheque for, hundreds and hundreds of pounds. And I'm like, yeah, I've got it. Got it right here for you. He was very much in shock the first time. Yeah, and I didn't like it either, to be fair. John Templar says, I've got my Halloween gonk ready. I hope it's one of ours. I have my Halloween gonks out. But then, to be fair, all our Halloween stuff in our house is out all year. So it's just that season all year in our house. So nothing gets put away. Tony says, more vertical paint racks to screw on my hobby cave walls.
Yeah. Hopefully. How have you seen? They've done a. That looks really bizarre in the camera view. Yeah, I know.
It is. Which one did you get, John? Which one? The orange one or the black and white check? I have both, of course. That's just me.
Frivolous.
I am. We have to test these things out, see what they're like before we get them in. That's my excuse. I'm sticking to it.
Yep.
Black and white for the win. Sorry, did I put you off?
No, it's fine.
I put you off with talk about Halloween gonks.
Yeah, it's fine. Green Stuff, well, they've done some new ones, Tony. They've done some fancy draw units that look particularly cool. But we haven't got those coming yet because they've done that and added it to their website after we put our orders in. But we have got another order in progress already for some other bits and pieces. We have got killer pumpkins coming tomorrow. We managed to get some of those.
They might have to be my RCL freebies then.
Yeah. Made sure we got some killer pumpkins for Mrs. MLG.
Can they be in your skirmish game, or do they not really count?
Yeah, I don't think.
Can we just attack people with all sorts of stuff?
Oh, what, in the Halloween game?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Lob loads of stuff at them.
Yeah. Halloween
someone's going to come
game.
to the Halloween fun day just so we can fight them with all these zombies we've painted.
Right then.
So what have you done now? Are you going to show us?
Yeah, so here we go. Sorry. Right then, so this is the Wolf Demon. He is a little bit skinnier than I was kind of expecting. Whenever I've seen him in the packet, I thought, oh, that looks cool. Look at those massive claws and stuff. He looks ace. But he's a little bit skinnier in the body than I was hoping. So I've just given the fair areas a very light dry brush of the colour that I used as the base coat, which is German field grey. And then, so painted it field grey, washed it with Agrax Earthshade, then I'm just giving it another little dry brush over with that, and then I'm going to give it another one over the top with a lighter grey. So now I'm going to mix a little bit of Holly Berry, which is a bright red, in with this dragon red, just to get a bit of a highlight to the red here on the skin. And the claws, they're going to get a final highlight up with some Fireball Orange. And then I'm going to paint the other details in, and then he's going to be ready for dealing some damage to our RPG party.
I like the way when you say that. Oh, he's going to deal some damage to our RPG party. What you really mean by that is he's going to deal some damage to Wicked D and your wife. I mean, let's not be beating around the bush about this. Oh, and your daughter.
Thanks, Moxie. Anyway, that's very kind of you.
The fur looks really good. I really like it.
Thank you. Right then, so we're little bit of holly berry, which is quite a bright red, so we're just going to mix a tiny bit of that in with the other. I was just using my pokey tool to dislodge any sedimented paint in the end. There we go. So you can see there, it's just coming on screen now, how bright this holly berry is compared to the dragon red that's with it. So we're just going to mix those two together. Just get a little bit of water on my paintbrush. I'm just going to mix those two together to get a nicer, brighter red. Make sure it's all fully mixed, and then I'm just going to use that very sparingly as a top highlight on the red. And then we'll turn our attention to the crab claws. Thank you, Tony. Very kind of you to say so.
What else have you got planned for this week? Then is it anything special on Friday night, Magic?
It's this Friday night is a pre-release event for the latest Magic the Gathering set, and that is it's Midnight Hunt. So it's werewolves, vampires, zombies, and witches. Very very cool theme. Seeing as we've just been talking about Halloween as well. It's very funky. Looking forward to it. A lot of people are really looking forward to it as well. And then there is another set coming out, I believe it is next month, which is called Crimson Vow, and it kind of carries on the story of this set as things develop. So they tend to have a sort of continuing storyline through the sets. So in this one, one of the vampires' noble families is going to marry another vampire in a attempt to take control of the royalty, if you like. But it looks like things aren't going to go quite to plan. But they're still still revealing some of the cards at the moment, so we haven't seen them all yet. But it does look like there's some pretty cool cards, and they've got some new mechanics in the game that look quite fun. So
you excited?
I am, yeah. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be good. And there's some really cool art in some of the cards, and some of the land cards have got really nice art on, black and white horror style. So it should be really good. Couple of cards I've got my eye on. They're pimping up a couple of my existing commander decks.
And it's somebody's birthday this week as well, isn't it?
I don't know.
Don't you? Don't you know whose birthday it is this week?
No.
Okay.
Is it mine? It's my birthday later this week.
And you're just at work.
Yeah. Yeah. I know. Can't even have the day off, can I?
Nope.
Not too
We
much
don't
to
celebrate our birthdays on our birthday anymore, do we? We celebrate our birthdays at the nearest weekend.
Yeah.
And the day is just normal. Yeah. Tony says, I like the art of Magic the Gathering, but haven't played for 20 years now. It's 26 years old, isn't it now?
Yeah, I think so. 26 years this year. 93. Oh no, it's more.
Is it more now?
Yeah, 93 it first came out, so yeah. 28.
Wow. Alright.
Yeah, 28 years. Have you still got any of your old cards, Tony?
That'd be good.
That's the question. We get a lot of people coming in who had cards and got rid of them.
Regretted it,
unfortunately. Yeah, have you still got any of your old cards? I tell the boys when they come to Friday Night Magic, I've told them a story a few times, but there is a shop in Driffield where I'm from, which is just down the road from Bridlington, but a shop in Driffield and when I was about 16, I went in with a friend and they had Pokemon and Magic starter packs, and they were selling them off for £1. No, Tony says he's giving them all away. Yeah. Including the Black Lotus and Mox lot. Yeah.
You can't keep everything forever.
You can't keep everything.
That one day it might be worth.
No, you can't. You can't. So they had like these starter products in, and at the time, and they were selling them for £1. And at the time, I thought like, oh, I'll buy this Pokemon thing. And I'd commented to the person that I was with. I said like, oh, they've got some of that Magic stuff that like so and so was trying to teach me how to play a couple of years ago, and I didn't give that a second thought. And even the Pokemon thing that I bought, I just bought like a starter deck. It was a Pikachu or something. And but the Magic products now I've seen on various YouTube videos and what have you, those Magic decks that they had in there that they were selling for £1 were alpha and beta starter packs that now sell individually. I mean, I was, I don't know, 16, I never would have kept it in like sealed condition or whatever, but those starter decks sell for like $100,000 or whatever for a single thing, because they might have a chance of getting some like valuable cards in, what have you. And I think they probably did they ever sell them, or had they just ended up in a bin somewhere because they weren't selling at the time because they were trying to flog them off for £1. Absolutely insane. Think about some of these things, and how can just a piece of cardboard be worth so much money?
Well, that's what happened. It's like nothing to do with cardboard at all. But when I worked in a department store as I was a teenager, we sold Beanie Babies, and people used to literally fight each other, throwing punches and kicking each other and being generally just horrible to each other for Beanie Babies, because they were supposed to be worth so much money, and no one even wants them now, do they? So you can't tell what the trend's going to be. These things are supposed to be worth millions in the future, and they're just like, no, nobody wants them now, and you broke someone's nose over it in a local department store. Well done, you. Wiki D says, I'm saving mine then for 10 years or so. Maybe there will be some legends in there. Well, you never know, do you? You never know. But you'd have to probably keep them sealed for them to be even more worthwhile. Tony says, the Black Lotus and Moxes were worth a fortune then, but I just wanted rid of them as we didn't have the room. John the Templar says, it is bad. That's the only ones I collected were garbage. Pale kids. I never collected anything.
We've had a few people come in the shop and they go like, they start talking about sort of Pokemon. It's mainly Pokemon, and then you get them on the subject of Magic, and they go, oh, I used to play Magic back in the early 90s. I'm like, well, if you had any of these, then they're worth a few quid. And there was one chap who had just left the army, and he turned to his wife and he said, right, that's it, we're going to my mum's. And they left the shop really quickly, and we've never seen them ever again. But he reckoned that he must have at least 3 Black Lotuses in his collection at his parents' house. No, that was another guy. Yeah, another guy recently. Yeah, we had a chap the other week that thought he'd got some, but I don't think he's ever found them, unfortunately. Yeah, it's crazy. But for saying all that, you can't dwell on what you could have won, can you? It's
Keep everything from your childhood just
No.
in case.
No.
I've got a Furby somewhere. Randomly, just random. Yeah, it was horrible, so we put it in the loft because it wouldn't shut up. It's still there. At Mum's, obviously. Reaper Cake says, have you tried the Army Painter skin set? It looks good. I suck at doing black skin. Tony says, it's like certain rare copies of comics. I lost a first print signed copy of Help by the Beatles due to the floods, and the insurance company just couldn't replace it as it wasn't valued. Yeah, that's rubbish, isn't it? Reaper Cake says, anyone remember the D&D card game Spellfire? And Wicked D's got an original Furby too.
Spellfire. I think I vaguely remember Spellfire, to be fair. And I don't know if that's of any kind of significance, but I do know that when we went to a war games show down at Retford a couple of years ago, there was a guy selling Spellfire stuff off very, very cheap. But there's just so many of these card games. There's a new one on the rise at the moment. A lot of people are getting excited about, but I think it's rather than people wanting to play it, it's collectors, because they've got a new way of foiling the cards and what have you called Flesh and Blood. A lot of people are getting excited about the value of the cards for Flesh and Blood. But every time one of these new games comes out and our account managers at various distributors try and sell us it, I think like people in Bridge just aren't going to play that. Tony says that he had 4 Black Lotuses and a fair few of the Moxes. He doesn't mind or have any regrets though. There were masses of cards that I didn't have space for. Well, I'm glad you can think about it without any regrets, Tony, because you could eat yourself alive with thinking about some of these things. It's,
Can't do it about it now.
no, that's it.
What's the point in worrying about it now? It's done.
That's it. I have a fake set of the Moxes and a Black Lotus, and I left them in one of the folders at the shop that had some single cards
Did you
in
do
for
it on
sale.
purpose?
I did, yeah, and then the lads in the shop were like, you've got like a Power 9 in that folder. Don't you know how much they're worth? I was like, yeah. And I let them think that they were real for a little while. And then I told them that they were fake, because they were all getting themselves too excited about it.
You big meanie.
Yeah. No, then I managed to get hold of some fake ones, and I used them as reference for anybody that's trying to say that some cards are real or whatever, because you've got to have a benchmark, haven't you? Because unfortunately there are some rather unscrupulous people out there.
There are. So, darling.
Yeah.
It's 9:10. What you doing?
Is it? Okay, so I'll finish this orange on here, this little highlight. So this is Fireball Orange.
You like Fireball?
From Reaper. So we're just going to use a little bit of Fireball Orange. We'll do some edge highlighting with Fireball Orange, just on a couple of these bits on the claws, and then we'll call it a night, because I have decided that I'm going to have some popcorn and we might watch a movie.
Really? What movie are we watching?
Don't know. I'm going to have a look and see what's on. I quite fancy just having a chill out.
So how far off finishing it are you?
Oh, I might finish it tomorrow night.
I thought you were doing your axle. Is your axolotl for anything? Is that for?
It's for... So this is for a duo, and the axolotl is for a trio. So what I might do is do them both. So axolotl, because this guy's not far off done.
Thanks,
So
Reaper Cake and John.
see you later, thank you. Yeah, this guy's not far off done. So I might do this guy and the axolotl, and then while Goblin Squire's on, I can finish him off.
Oh. What colour do you think I should do the cottons. I don't like this guy. But what colour do you think I should do the brown?
You don't like the what guy?
I don't like him. I don't like the way I paint him.
I think he looks ace. Alright.
Okay.
I think you should do the ground like a really dark brown. I realise that it is brown, but you should. Well, why don't you do it grey then? Let's show everybody your little guy. Mrs. MLG has painted this poppet that goes along with the I can't remember his name. That guy from the new Reaper figure. Hawthorne Crab, and these are his poppets.
I have to show Wiki D because I said he looked like that. Whatever he's called. Thingy eye. Thingy eye.
Yeah, that guy from Harry Potter.
No, you have to lay him backwards so we can see his face.
What?
Ew, it's like you don't know where your camera is.
I don't.
You can't see it. What's he called? Something moody or...
Mad Eye Moody.
Can't
Thank you,
see him.
Moxie.
Can't see him. Give up.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Moxie. Thank you.
Anyway, he looks like him, Wiki D, that Mad Eye guy. Honest. If we could have actually got it to focus and
Yeah.
you can stop just waving it around all over the place.
Because we need your skill.
Yeah, so I still don't know. So have you enjoyed painting your wolf guy then?
I have.
Thanks, Sharon!
Cheers.
And how far off are you?
Just a few brush strokes. Just a few brush strokes. Just a tiny bit on there. A tiny bit under there. Just gonna do
Wiki D says, well, to say I don't think I was here when you were talking about him and then get who you meant, you are definitely spot on. I don't understand. Were you not here when Nathan really badly tried to show him on the camera? 337, I don't know if you've got any. Have you got any?
I don't know.
Ah. I only showed him for you, since you weren't here. But it's alright, because... oh, when did you make Rory's story cubes? 25% off.
This afternoon, special offer.
And I did a thing about one today.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, see? We don't even...
I didn't realise that Ross had made an awesome banner
made a
for
banner.
it.
Rory's story cubes are awesome and apparently 25% off, which nobody told me.
Sorry.
We need to sort them out anyway.
Yes, those ones, yeah.
See, we must have just been thinking about the same thing. How bizarre.
Right then, so there we go. I'm going to leave him here for tonight. So there's his snippy claws in amazing fireball orange and thing, and then his skin in red. So that's so then I just need to finish his fur and his eyes.
Yeah, there is a Harry Potter version you can do this one.
Yeah, his fur and his eyes, and I'm going to call him done.
I will show him. Oh, what's going on now? You can see his awesome little facey.
Oh, I missed a bit. Where?
And his arm.
No. There we go. So I think he looks...
What colour are you doing his eye?
I don't know. Haven't quite decided yet. Might do it like yellow or something, right? Quite bright. So it looks proper evil. So there we go. Orange and red and thing. Now it doesn't look quite as like wild coloured as it did before, because since I put the wash over it's kind of brought everything a bit more together. But yeah, cool, happy with that. We'll be back tomorrow night from 7 o'clock till 8 o'clock, just before Goblin Squire's stream at 8. And thank you everybody for joining us. We've had a wonderful evening with your company, and hopefully we'll see you all tomorrow.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks everyone, see you later, bye.